Welcome to Chapter 3, Section 2. This is for pre-algebra, 8th grade. So you're going to write down in your notebook everything you see on the screen. So these will be our notes for Section 2. If you have questions along the way, you can write a side note. We can discuss that during class. If you need to pause the video, please pause the video. If you need to rewind by grabbing the bar at the bottom of your screen. Along the way, you're going to have questions you need to answer. So you'll see them on the right-hand side. You'll enter in your answers, and then you can submit the answers. You can't move forward, progress through the video until you've answered those questions. So we're looking at angles of triangles. We've studied this a little bit. So we remember that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle must equal 180 degrees. And interior angles are angles that are found on the inside. So we have interior angle A, interior angle B, and interior angle C. I know if I add up angle A plus angle B plus angle C, that must equal 180 degrees. So write that in your notes. If you need to pause the video, please pause the video, but we're going to move on. So we're going to try some practice problems. So, example 1A. Go ahead and write that in your notebook. So, we know that the sum of the angles must equal 180 degrees. Again, we know angle A plus angle B plus angle C must equal 180 degrees. I know angle A. So I'm going to look at angle A. Angle A is 40 degrees. I know angle B is 60 degrees, but I don't know what angle C is, so that's what we're trying to find. So plus angle C must equal 180 degrees. So I'm going to use my algebra. I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm going to combine my numbers first. So I have 100 plus angle C equals 180. Still combining like terms, so I need to get the 100 to the other side, so do the opposite. So it's a positive 100, so I'm going to subtract 100. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side. So I'll subtract my 100 from the other side. Therefore, I know angle C must equal 80 degrees. I'm going to check my answer. So I know that angle A is 40, plus angle B is 60, plus angle C is 80. And those must equal 180 degrees. I can combine 40 and 60 first. It's 100 plus 80 does indeed equal 180 degrees. Okay, so I think we're going to do another example. So we have another example here. So as you recall, if you see this square in the bottom, you know that that indicates that that is 90 degrees. So we're going to label these angles. We have angle A, angle B, angle C. So this time I want to solve for angle B. And I'm just going to write my equation out again so I don't make any mistakes. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C must equal 180. I know angle A is 90. I don't know what angle B is this time, but I know angle C is 53, and that has to equal 180. Combine your like terms. I'm going to combine the 90 and the 53, so that gives me 143 plus angle B equals 180. Again, I want to get all my numbers to one side, all my variables to the other. I have a positive 143, so I want the opposite. I want to subtract 143 from each side. Once I do that, I know angle B must equal 37 degrees. I'm going to check my answer again to make sure. So I know angle A is 90. I know angle B is 37. And I know angle C is 53, and they must equal 180. I'm going to combine the 37 and the 53, so I know that 90 plus 90, because 37 and 53 is 90, equals 180 degrees. So I've checked my work. Now you're going to try some problems on your own. So I'd like you to solve for the value of x. So we know this makes a right angle, so we know that that must be 90. I want to solve for x. I know that this angle is x plus 4, and I know this is angle x. So use your algebra skills, find the value of x. You'll see a box on the right-hand side of your screen. You need to type in your answer, submit it before you can move on through the video. Again, if you need to, you can rewind the video, you can pause the video. And if you have questions, make a side note in your lecture notes so that we can go over that tomorrow. So once you're done with this one, you're going to have another problem. So go ahead and solve that one. All right, here's our next problem that we're going to solve for. So I'm now going to give you that this angle is 31 degrees. This angle, we're going to make this 42 degrees. And I want you to solve for x. Again, type your answer into the right-hand text box, hit submit, and then you make progress through the video. We just looked at interior angles, and now we're going to look at exterior angles. So exterior angles are on the outside. So I'm going to call this over here. I'm going to call this over here angle D. All right, so we have angle A, we have angle B, angle C, and angle D. Angle D is our exterior angle. Okay, so as you recall, we know the sum of the interior angles, A plus B plus C, must equal 180 degrees. We also know that two supplementary angles, so I'm going to call C and D the supplementary angles, they must equal 180 degrees, so we know C plus D must equal 180 degrees. Okay, and I know C plus D must equal 180, and I know C plus AB must equal 180. So that must make A plus B equal to D. And that's what this means. The measure of an exterior angle, so in this case we're using D as our exterior angle, is equal to the sum of two non-adjacent interior angles. So non-adjacent means they're not next to each other. And we know A and B are non-adjacent. So we know that our exterior angle D, that's our exterior angle, must equal the sum of the two interior angles that are not adjacent to the angle we're looking for. All right, so we're going to try some problems with that. Okay, so here we have a triangle, and we know angles A and S, I guess. And we are trying to find the measure of the exterior angle, right? I keep doing that. Sorry about that. We're trying to find the exterior angle of 2. So we can write down 30 degrees plus 42 degrees, and we could say plus angle 1 equals 180. But as we just stated, the sum of the two exterior angles, so interior angles, sorry. Okay, so here's our example, and we just talked about how the sum of the two interior angles must equal the one exterior angle. So we're trying to solve for angle 2. So we know 42 plus 30 must equal our exterior angle. We're just going to call that little k. So we'll add our two numbers, so 72 degrees equals k. We can check our answer. So we're going to check our answer. So I know that the sum of my interior angles, 42 plus 30 plus angle, we're going to call it little m, must equal 180. Okay, so we know that 72 plus m equals 180. Subtract 72 from each side, so we know that little m must equal 108. Okay, so now we know that m must equal 108. And we just calculated that k equals 72. And we know that this forms a straight line. So as you remember, those are supplementary angles, and our supplementary angles must equal 180. So let's check. 108 plus 72 equals 180 degrees. So again, we can really utilize this formula that the sum of the two interior angles equals the exterior angles that are not adjacent to it. And here's our adjacent angle. That was 108. All right, we're going to try another one. Here's another example. So we want to find the measure of the exterior angle. So we're going to say that this is angle, we're going to call that angle G. Okay, we know, we're going to say that angle A is 87 degrees. We know that angle B is G plus 7 degrees, and we know that this is going to be 3 G's. Okay, so back to our formula, we know the sum of our two interior angles that are not adjacent to this angle, right? That would be C, but they're not adjacent, so we know angle A plus angle B should equal our angle G. So we have 87 plus G plus 7 equals 3G. So we're going to apply our algebra. So we're going to combine like terms. So first I'm going to clean up everything. So I'm going to add 87 and 7. I'm going to get 94 plus G equals 3G. I want to get all my variables to one side of my equal sign and my numbers to the other. So I have a positive G, so I'm going to subtract G from each side. Now I have 94 equals 2G. Divide each side by 2, and we know that G equals 47 degrees. Okay? But we're not done yet. So now we know that if G equals 47 degrees, this angle is 3 times 47. So our angle G is going to be 141 degrees. And our angle B up here is going to be 47 plus 7. So that angle is 54 degrees. So now you're going to try some on your own. Again, if you have questions, write it on the side. Oh, sorry, we're going to do a real-life application first. So we have the Bermuda Triangle, and we have some degree measures for the Bermuda Triangle. So we know that this triangle at the top, we're going to say that that angle is 62.8 degrees. Okay, we're going to say this angle down here in the bottom is 2x minus 44.8 degrees. And we want to solve for x. So these are interior angles. And as you recall, the sum of the interior angles must equal 180 degrees. So I know that, I'm going to start over here in Florida. I'll call that angle A. Bermuda, angle B. Puerto Rico, angle C. So I know that angle A, which is x, plus angle B, which is 62.8, plus angle C. Oh goodness, and that doesn't fit, does it? So let's start over here. I know that x plus 62.8 plus, oh, and that doesn't fit either.